the allure and shadows of the Gilded Age. In the tapestry of American history, few eras shimmer with as much opulence and contradiction as the Gilded Age. Spanning from the 1870s to about 1900, this period was marked by an unprecedented surge in industrial growth and wealth accumulation, painting a picture of prosperity that masked underlying social inequities. It was an era where the Vanderbilts, Astors, and Rockefellers became household names, their lives a spectacle of luxury and excess. Mansions that rivaled European palaces dotted the landscapes of Newport and New York, hosting parties that were the talk of the nation. These gatherings were not merely social events, but displays of power and influence, underscored by the ostentatious consumption that characterized the times. Yet beneath this glittering surface lay a starkly different reality. While the elite basked in their newfound riches, a significant portion of America grappled with poverty, harsh labor conditions, and negligible rights. The rapid industrialization that fueled economic growth also led to rampant exploitation of workers, including women and children, who toiled for long hours in unsafe environments for meager wages. Social injustice permeated society, with racial and ethnic minorities facing severe discrimination and exclusion from the burgeoning wealth. This disparity between the rich and the poor, the powerful and the powerless, was profound, creating a chasm that traditional historical narratives often overlooked. The significance of exploring these hidden dimensions cannot be overstated. By peeling back the layers of the Gilded Age's glamorous facade, we uncover the stories of countless families whose contributions and struggles have been overshadowed by the grandeur of the era's elite. These narratives are crucial for a comprehensive understanding of American history, offering insights into the complex interplay of wealth, power, and social change. As we delve deeper into these forgotten histories, we gain a more nuanced perspective on how the foundations of modern America were laid, not just through the exploits of its famous tycoons, but through the resilience and ingenuity of those who fought against the odds to carve out their own legacies. Beyond the elite, unveiling the lesser-known families of the Gilded Age. While the Gilded Age is synonymous with the flamboyant lifestyles of the Vanderbilts and Astors, the era also witnessed the rise of numerous lesser-known families who carved their niches through sheer grit and innovative spirit. These families, though not as publicly celebrated, played pivotal roles in shaping various sectors of American industry and culture. Their stories, rich with struggle and triumph, offer a more textured view of the Gilded Age. Take, for instance, the Pullman family, known primarily through George Pullman, who revolutionized rail travel with his luxurious sleeping cars. Born into a modest family in New York, Pullman's entrepreneurial journey began with small-scale ventures before he ventured into the railway industry. His innovation not only elevated passenger comfort, but also set new standards in service and design, influencing the broader transportation sector. However, the Pullman story is also one of controversy, marked by the infamous Pullman strike of 1894, which exposed the deep-seated labor issues of the era. Another compelling narrative is that of the Armour family, central figures in the meatpacking industry. Philip Danforth Armour started with a small grain business in Chicago, which expanded into one of the largest meatpacking enterprises in the world. The Armour's ascent was emblematic of the industrial boom, yet it was fraught with challenges, including fierce market competition and the ethical dilemmas of mass production. Their legacy, however, extends beyond commerce. They significantly contributed to urban development and philanthropy in Chicago. The Mellons, originating from modest beginnings in Pittsburgh, represent another facet of Gilded Age entrepreneurship. Under Thomas Mellon's guidance, the family amassed wealth through banking and investments, later diversifying into industries such as aluminum and oil. The Mellons' strategic acumen not only propelled them into the echelons of financial power, but also influenced national economic policies. Their story underscores the transformative potential of astute financial management and investment during a volatile economic era. These examples barely scratch the surface of the myriad families whose endeavors defined the Gilded Age. Each family brought unique strengths and faced distinct challenges, contributing to the era's dynamic economic landscape. Their stories, less heralded than those of the Vanderbilt or Carnegie clans, are nonetheless integral to understanding the full spectrum of American industrial and cultural evolution. By spotlighting these lesser-known figures, we enrich our historical narrative, acknowledging the multifaceted nature of success. Diverse roots, shared dreams, the spectrum of Gilded Age success. The fabric of the Gilded Age was woven with threads of diversity, each strand representing a unique journey of ambition and adaptation. Among these, immigrant families stood out, bringing with them not just dreams but also skills and innovations that would transform American industries. Take, for example, the story of Andrew Carnegie, a Scottish immigrant who rose from humble beginnings to become one of the richest men in the world. His journey from a bobbin boy in a cotton factory to a steel magnate illustrates the quintessential American dream, a narrative echoed in countless other immigrant tales of the era. These newcomers navigated a labyrinth of cultural assimilation and economic uncertainty, yet their contributions were instrumental in propelling the United States to the forefront of global industrial power. Parallel to the immigrants were the African-American entrepreneurs who carved paths in an environment rife with systemic racism and prejudice. Figures like Madam C.J. Walker, born Sarah Breedlove, emerged as a beacon of hope and empowerment for her community. Starting with homemade hair care products, she built a business empire that not only made her one of the first self-made female millionaires in America, but also provided employment and upliftment opportunities for thousands of African-American women. Her success was a testament to the resilience and creativity that thrived despite oppressive societal norms. Inventors and innovators also formed a crucial part of the Gilded Age's diverse tapestry. The era was ripe with technological advancements, and many inventors hailed from modest backgrounds, driven by curiosity and necessity. Nikola Tesla, a Serbian immigrant, revolutionized the field of electricity with his work on alternating current, AC, electrical systems. Despite facing financial hardships and battling with contemporaries like Thomas Edison, Tesla's contributions laid the groundwork for modern electrical engineering. Each of these groups, immigrants, African Americans, and inventors, faced formidable challenges. Immigrants often encountered xenophobia and struggled with language barriers, while African Americans had to contend with Jim Crow laws and pervasive racial stereotypes. Inventors frequently battled patent disputes and financial constraints. Yet, these obstacles did not deter them. Instead, they fueled a spirit of innovation and perseverance that defined the Gilded Age. Their stories are not just tales of individual success. By examining the diverse backgrounds of these families, we gain a richer, more inclusive understanding of the Gilded Age. Their collective achievements highlight a period of remarkable growth and change, driven by people from all walks of life. These narratives challenge the monolithic portrayal of the era, dominated by a few wealthy families, and instead present a vibrant mosaic of human endeavor and aspiration. Through their struggles and triumphs, we see the true essence of the American spirit: resilient, innovative, and undeniably diverse. Echoes of resilience, captivating stories from the forgotten pages of history. As we delve deeper into the annals of the Gilded Age, the stories of forgotten families emerge like whispers from the past, each narrating a saga of survival, ingenuity, and sometimes heartbreaking loss. These narratives, rich with personal detail and emotional depth, serve not only as historical accounts, but as poignant reminders of the human cost behind the era's glittering facade. Consider the tale of the O'Reilly family, Irish immigrants who landed on American shores in the mid-1800s. Driven by famine and desperation, they settled in the burgeoning city of Chicago, where patriarch Patrick O'Reilly found work in the stockyards. Life was harsh. The family lived in cramped tenements, and the children worked alongside adults in dangerous conditions. Yet, it was young Bridget O'Reilly, Patrick's eldest daughter, who turned the tide for her family. With a natural flair for numbers and a keen eye for opportunity, Bridget saved every penny from her meager earnings at the textile mill. By the age of 25, she had accumulated enough to open a small grocery store in the heart of their neighborhood. Her store not only provided essential goods to the community, but also became a hub for local political meetings, subtly influencing the social dynamics of the area. Bridget's story is one of quiet rebellion against the systemic barriers that sought to confine her to a life of perpetual servitude. Then there is the poignant story of the Chen family, Chinese immigrants who arrived during the California Gold Rush, hoping to strike fortune in the land of opportunity. Instead, they faced the brutal realities of the Chinese Exclusion Act and widespread racial discrimination. Unable to mine gold legally, Mr. Chen turned to what he knew best: herbal medicine. He established a small apothecary in San Francisco's Chinatown, which became renowned for its efficacy and affordability. His son Li Chen learned the trade and expanded the business. The family's journey was marred by tragedy when anti-Chinese riots destroyed their shop. Undeterred, Li rebuilt, turning adversity into a testament of resilience. His diary entries, preserved in the archives, speak volumes of his determination and the communal strength that helped them endure. Visual aids breathe life into these stories. A faded photograph of Bridget O'Reilly standing proudly in front of her store, surrounded by smiling neighbors, captures the essence of her impact on the community. Letters from Li Chen to his father, filled with both despair and hope, provide a personal glimpse into the emotional turmoil and steadfast resolve that defined their lives. Archival footage of bustling Chinatown streets, interspersed with images of the charred remains of the Chen apothecary, poignantly illustrate the cyclical nature of destruction and rebirth that characterized many immigrant experiences. These stories, brought to life through visual and textual artifacts, do more than recount historical events. They connect us to the emotions and aspirations of those who lived through them, the silent threads weaving society's fabric during the Gilded Age. The Gilded Age, often remembered for its towering figures of wealth and industry, was equally shaped by the silent, persistent efforts of countless families whose contributions went largely unnoticed. These families, through their daily struggles and small victories, wove the very fabric of society, influencing everything from labor movements to cultural shifts and community building. Their stories, though not etched in the grand halls of history, resonate through the societal changes they catalyzed. One such family is the Morellis, Italian immigrants who settled in the coal mining regions of Pennsylvania. The patriarch Giovanni Morelli worked tirelessly in the mines, enduring perilous conditions that claimed many lives, including his brothers. Yet, it was Giovanni's wife Maria who became a pivotal figure in the local community. Recognizing the dire need for education among immigrant children, Maria organized informal schooling sessions in her home. She taught not only basic literacy but also English language skills. Her efforts laid the groundwork for what would later become a formal educational outreach program, funded by sympathetic local business owners who saw the value in an educated workforce. Similarly, the Johnson family from Alabama provides a compelling narrative of racial resilience and cultural contribution. Descendants of freed slaves, the Johnsons faced relentless discrimination and economic hardship. However, they found strength in their community and culture. Eliza Johnson, a talented seamstress, used her skills to create garments that blended African motifs with contemporary styles. Her success allowed her to fund scholarships for African American students, fostering education and leadership within her community. Moreover, her designs subtly challenged prevailing stereotypes, promoting a redefinition of beauty and identity that resonated deeply within African American circles. These stories are further illuminated by historical figures like Eugene V. Debs, whose interactions with working-class families profoundly influenced his views on labor rights.